Loys Bedoys makes messes. Loys Bedoys is playing games with his brother Loys. Loys notices Roy's weird movements and thinks he has to pee. Royce tells him to forget about it, but Loys Bedoys just wants some noise. Hey, that rhymed.
Mommy! Loys Bedoys has to go pee! Shut up!
Loys tells him he should go to the bathroom, but it's too late. He shouts for his mom, and when she comes, he asks for ice cream. His mom tells him this isn't the right time to ask for it. 10 minutes later, they are in the kitchen, and Mrs. Bedoys gives them ice cream. Royce thinks it's poop. Mrs. Bedoys tells them it's actually Rocky Road. Loys Bedoys likes Rocky Road, and he tells Royce to try it. When Loys Bedoys tries it, he actually likes it, but he doesn't want to be wrong, so the lying lunatic says it isn't good. Loys decides to take Royce's ice cream. Mrs. Bedoys decides to give them hot chocolate, which is something Loys Bedoys definitely doesn't deserve. She tells Loys Bedoys not to put the mug by the edge of the table, but he then starts teasing her. Surprise, surprise, it does spill. The loudmouth Loys yells at his mom again, even though his mom is right there. Loys Bedoys apologizes and asks for another hot chocolate, and the pushover parent says yes. When he gets a hot chocolate, he tries to tease his mom into thinking it isn't hot, but he realizes about making a smart choice. At least he learned his lesson, unlike Thomas. Let's review. Loys Bedoys peed in the couch because he was stubborn. He ended up getting Rocky Road as a reward for that. When he said he didn't like Rocky Road because it looks like poop, Loys told him to just try it. He actually found it good, but he then lied about it by saying it was bad. When Loys got hot chocolate, he put it by the edge of the table and ended up spilling it. His mom was such a pushover, she ended up giving him another hot chocolate. And it was only when he realized about making a smart choice that he decided to straighten up. So, Loys Bedoys needs a brat beating for being noisy and yelling at his mom. Mrs. Bedoys needs a brat beating for deciding to reward her son for making messes with Rocky Road and 2 hot chocolates. And for being stubborn and making messes, Loys Bedoys needs a brat beating. Loys Bedoys breaks a controller. Loys is beating Royce in the game again. Royce thinks there's something wrong with his controller. When they switch controllers, even so, Loys still beats him. Loys Bedoys gets so mad, he breaks the controller. Loys threatens to tattle about the crushed controller until Royce says he'll do anything for him to not tattle.
What? I can't play anymore today?
Well, it's your fault for breaking the controller. Loys then says he's thirsty and asks for orange juice. When Royce refuses, the troublesome Tyler threatens to tattle, and that makes him get orange juice. Royce calls Loys lazy, and Loys tells him to put the glass on the table. He then says it feels hot to him, and he needs Royce to fan him. When Royce refuses to fan him, Loys again threatens him.
Oh, yes, you are. Remember the controller?
Royce doesn't want to be here anymore and moves to the kitchen. Loys calls for him and asks for him to bring him his dinosaur toy. At dinner time, he asks for the mashed potatoes, even though it's right next to him. Loys Bedoys finally confesses about the controller. His mom tells him there will still be consequences.
I'm free!
Let's review. Loys Bedoys got angry about losing games and broke the controller. Loys threatened to tell his mom about it, until Royce said he'd do anything for him to not tell. Loys made Loys Bedoys do everything for him, until he couldn't take it anymore, and told his parents the truth about the controller. So, Loys Bedoys needs a brat beating for throwing his controller and breaking it, and for being a manipulator and making his brother do everything for him. Loys Bedoys needs a brat beating. La la la. It's the end of Brat Beat episode's critique. La 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 la. Hey there, it's the end of the episode. Now it's time to tickle your toes.